I say good afternoon to Coach Wade Salmon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
How are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I see that quizzical look. You're wondering why am I talking to this guy and not
I'm
Nikki
saying
Z
Nikki got taller. Like, what's happening? She grew.
and lost some hair. Not a chance, my brethren. Now, Roddy G here. I'm taking on duties for the crossover, but it is a pleasure and a privilege to have a conversation with you because now the brethren them can talk, right?
Right,
No
right.
disrespect to Nikki, but Nikki come out strong for the woman them more time, you know.
True, true.
So we can't reason, you know, my brethren. And today
Mm.
we're talking about trust. And the question that I've posed to the Bridge Nation is, can trust be repaired once it has been shattered? Not just broken, you know, shattered. What's your take on that?
Short answer is yes, but it also depends on the individuals involved in it and how open they are to it. The person who broke the trust has to understand that they have a long road ahead of them. They
Mm-hmm.
have a long, long road with no GPS, no headlight, no street light, no nothing. Just a dark road that they have to travel. Because what's going to happen is the person who you broke the trust off is sometimes going to break down. They're going to yell at you. They're going to be upset. They're going to be angry. And you're going to have to somehow put up with it. And you
Mm-hmm.
can't fight and argue and challenge it. And that's
Oh.
the hard part for the person who broke the trust because they're saying, but I'm trying, I'm trying. They have to understand that it's a dark road, it's a lonely road, and whoever you brought the trust off, they're going to challenge you. They're going to be upset. They're going to yell at you, scream at you throughout.
But is it that sometimes the person that felt betrayed kind of overdo it sometime and just milk the situation?
Well, that's why I said it depends, right? Because you may be willing, let's say, me and my wife now, and I broke the trust and we're trying to rebuild. No
Mm-hmm.
matter how genuine I am about it, if she's not open to rebuilding, if she is not open and willing to move on from it, then we can't rebuild it. So it's
Mm-hmm.
going to take both parties involved for that trust to be able to be built. Do they overdo it? Of course, and sometimes they overdo it. But listen, Ronnie, when you have emotions involved in it, it's hard for you to not be emotional,
Mm-hmm.
right? You're in a relationship with someone, and that level of intimacy is high. So when that's broken, you feel shattered along with it. So it's
Do
going to be hard to not be emotional and not be emotionally driven in the pursuit of repairing.
generally speaking, do men and women respond differently to these situations?
Yes, they definitely respond differently to it. For women, let's just use the obvious, which is infidelity,
Mm-hmm.
right? When a when a man is unfaithful in a relationship, women look at it from a different perspective because for women, majority, not all, for them to actually get into a physical relationship with someone, they have to be emotionally invested in them in the first place. There has to
Mm-hmm.
be an emotional connection. If they don't have an emotional connection, most women can't just go ahead and just sleep with someone like that. They have to have something there. So when the man goes ahead and is unfaithful, the woman is thinking that there's an emotional connection there as well
Uh-huh.
too that the man has. Nah, no, that's just a man. He will
Right.
sleep with anything.
A
There's
conqueror,
no
right? So
emotional
no
connection
attachment,
there.
right?
And that's where the misunderstanding. So when a man tries to explain to a woman that, nah, baby, it was just sex, she's thinking it can't just be sex because I would never have sex unless there's an emotional
She's
connection there,
she's
right?
imposing her values and her ideas on the man.
Yeah, exactly. And for him, it was just a physical thing. We
So
had nothing. I don't ever like her. I won't ever
So
see her again.
conversely, and here's the crux of the matter. Why would the
Hmm.
man understand? Why do men understanding our nature then deflect and say, well, if the woman steps out, no, that's the end of it. I can't trust her again because she violated. Why couldn't it be in the moment of vulnerability that she said, all right, listen.
Because we also understand the same that for a woman, it's not just about the sex.
Ah,
That woman has also cheated emotionally before she cheated physically as well too, and she invested in that person. But also to a primal level, for men, it's a respect thing.
mm-hmm. Yes.
That's my woman,
Respect
and
or
that
ego?
and it's you know what? They're both one and the same. They're one and the same. It's pride. It
It's
really boils
pride.
down to pride. It
Pride.
boils down to
There
pride.
you go.
And that man is saying that you diss me. You walk out and you go
Step
blah blah
out.
blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
And so for them, they can't get past that disrespect. They can't get past the fact that every other man, and I don't know who the man is now, but that man might be the person, and he's looking at me like, "Me, I idiot," and blah blah blah,
You
and it
understand?
becomes an ego pride thing at that point, right?
Definitely true
So
word.
that's why I say it's different for both, because the man has to get over his ego for him to repair that relationship, and the woman has to get over the fact that, for him it may not have been an emotional thing, it may be physical, but the hard part of that is that because it was just physical, he can do it again, then can't he?
Definitely. Now, you made it clear that there is no roadmap to repairing it. But would you say there are rules, or you've shared some guidelines? You said we have to be very open. What are
Right.
some of the other things that you would say are fundamental in trying to repair this damaged relationship?
So one of the hard parts about it is that you have to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
You can't make it be the elephant in the room. You can't say, I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to know about it. The person, excuse me, the person who broke the trust has to be open to the grilling, the questions, the redundancy, because it's going to be the same question over and over and over again,
Mm-hmm.
because that's their understanding process. They have to sit down and take it and understand that you have to be open about what happened, how it happened, when it happened, how many times, what position, everything. You have to go through the entire thing with it. And a lot of men, they don't like that. And a lot of women don't like that. They don't want to relive it. They want to move on from it. But we can't move on if we don't understand.
Stand it.
If I don't understand why it happened, then I don't know that it won't happen again.
All right. And
And
when they're accused, as you said, address the elephant in the room. If there is something that suggests that it could recur, then it needs to be addressed. How much effort needs to be put into making sure to reassuring your partner? How much effort do you expend on reassuring your partner?
well, here's the thing. If I don't know why something happened, then there's nothing to stop me from doing it again.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't know why I stepped out and why I cheated, then what's to stop me from going out and cheating again? And I think that's what the person who got hurt wants to know, that you recognize why you did it and you recognize why you shouldn't do it again.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can't clearly articulate that, then we can't move on. And that might come through counseling. That might come through having to go and sit down with someone who helps you to get to the meat of the matter, because a lot of times they're the 1% outliers, maybe even 0.5%, but most people cheat for a reason. They don't just cheat for no reason at all. There is a reason why it happened.
Oh.
We need to get to that reason.
Okay, and then deal with that. So now, is it that? And I'm getting some pointers, but even as I look at the pointers, something just crossed my mind.
Mhm.
Would one be putting up barriers? Are there barriers? Is one going to put up their wall once the trust has been broken, or do you leave yourself open? What kind of position are you in mentally, emotionally, once that trust has been broken? Am I tearing down barriers, or am I to expect
Putting up
that?
walls.
Yeah.
Mhm. See, I'm breaking right now because my wife is commenting. If I don't answer, she gonna think that there's a problem. So here's the thing: you can't build a wall. You can't build a wall, and it's going to be hard to say you can't build a wall. But if you build a wall, then you don't allow forgiveness and all those things to come in. You have to be vulnerable in relationships. Relationships only work with vulnerability,
On
because
that on that point, being vulnerable, this was the pointer that came up, and this suggestion was that you giving up yourself? Is being vulnerable the same thing as surrendering yourself?
Well, yes, you surrender yourself to be. Listen, if you don't allow yourself to be vulnerable, and if you put up a wall to block out harm,
Mm-hmm.
that same wall it does not discriminate. That wall that blocks out harm, it also blocks out love. It blocks out everything. So when you build that wall up, you don't allow someone to love you, even though you may block out them from hurting you in the future. You also block them from loving you as well.
Wow.
Not only that, you block yourself from loving as well too. So that wall does not discriminate. It doesn't only filter one way. It blocks everything out.
Awesome.
It blocks out forgiveness. It blocks out the ability to rebuild your relationship. And you can't build that trust if you have that wall up, because you can't see over it.
Awesome. I hope the Bridge Nation, they're paying keen attention and making sure that they get some pointers, because as we started out and you shared with us, there is no roadmap, but you're giving us some key pointers as to what we need to, the state that we need to be in if we're looking to mend those infractions or repair the damage that has been done. Carrying that burden, reliving it, is something that that might be the hardest part. But as you
Yeah.
said, sharing and understanding why it happened is important. Now, there was a suggestion that perhaps you can wow your significant other with some big gestures to try to overwhelm. What do you think of that?
No, you know, it's like a wash over gold. You know, you get a necklace and it looks pretty when you just buy it, but after a while, the gold is gonna fade away and it's just gonna be a piece of scrap metal. And that's what's gonna happen when you come in with a big diamond ring like Kobe Bryant got for his wife, or when you buy this brand new car or something. Yeah, it feels nice in that moment, but guess what? You still cheated on me. You know, you still did that. And so I'm gonna be looking at this ring, and for some people, the ring is a reminder that you cheated on them. The car is a reminder of your infidelity. So I would say small things. Do small things to help rebuild trust. Do some of the things you did at the beginning of the relationship that made you get to where you are. Start going back out on dates. Start buying flowers like you were. Again, small things. Start going on vacations and trips and, you know, doing little things. Start laying down on the couch like you used to and watch TV. And all those little things that built trust in the first place, those are the elements that will rebuild trust. But buying a gift here or there, it's just a temporary reprieve, and you're going to get right back to the same situation anyway. You think she can't buy me out with that gift? Give me it. But we still know, you know.
Definitely.
But I'm not saying she's not going to take it. She's going to take it, or he's going to take it. But
yeah,
they're still going to remember. They're still going to remember.
Definitely not a good strategy to try and employ.
No.
Coach Wade, now one thing that I'm not seeing is how much time do I get with you? So I'm kind of out of questions, but you can always share with us your socials and how people can get in touch with you for some more advice and counseling.
Of course. No, my Instagram is available. I take 2 steps forward. You can always find me there. My website is also take2stepsforward.com. I try to make it as easy as possible. Anyone that has ever messaged me on there, I always reply back. So if you have a question, a follow up, or you want to get some suggestions on something, by all means, just know that, you know, it's the same thing I tell people who are trying to lose weight. You can't go to the gym once and all of a sudden you're good. No. You can't message me one time and think that I'm going to fix everything in one conversation as well, too. Everything takes time, and people are looking for quick fixes because that's the age that we're in now. There's no quick fix. Nothing happened overnight, so it's not going to be fixed overnight as well, too.
Awesome. I got one member of the Bridge Nation saying, listen, I've got to call you. We've got to have a conversation. So I'm sure you will help, get them in that right space of mind to look and assess their situation carefully as they look to move forward. Coach Wade, I am sure if I've overlooked anything, Abster is going to be right back on the phone with you. It's been a wonderful conversation. Right. We get to do this. We probably get to do this again next week unless Nikki comes back and says, no, me don't want no more man chat on Tuesday.
But we didn't even get into the man chat part of it, though. I think we kept it pretty
balanced,
neutral. Yeah.
Thank you so much for chatting with us and hanging out right on Crossover. We catch you next time.
All right, take care.